little. I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then? Yeah. We may have gotten caught up in anything the village desperately needs. Well, I suppose Kalzal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish. Oh, no. But although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. I thought I had to sell more fish. I was not good at it the first time. I sold one fish. One fish. Good fish. What's up, Junkmonger? Greetings and welcome, stranger. If this is your first visit to Thavnair, then you must try my special Amalassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally, I bought with 3 bottles for a generous price of 19,800 gil. But for you, I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. I'm not Estinian. Who is it? Gah? You're the one who was with the spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire, but we're still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sister, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy local prices, I tell you. If I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the streets. For some reason, I don't believe that. I don't know. So... How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more, now that the danger is past, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. And to add to that the sailors were lost the final days, it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Kalzal and his consortium were still here, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes round. Now, that was a man who got things done, God's rest his soul. Report to the Megaduta! Hey! Thank you so much. Yeah. See? There's confirmation I was trying to help out raids earlier. I'm not just saying it, I'm doing it. Look at me. Megaduta. Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling, to say the least. And there are a few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. I'm tiny, I don't have that problem. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Garlemald. From what I understand, they've always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Pelika Stand has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant's gall to a foreign trader. Somewhere, there is a diabolical woman secretly planning her next nonsensical scheme. Rowena! But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnair has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn of Agali and Garlemald? Dude, they got no fish. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Garlemald. I'm reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over, so many lives lost. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not, little Estinian. I consider this the perspectives you brought me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come. I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. The last thing you remember is a baby void gate. So I went and did the raid, and we discovered that the 12 exist and are real, and that they are testing us for some reason, but they're super friendly. They're very much like the gods that live in the volcano. Ooh. They're very much like the gods that live in the volcano in on the other side of the world. And for some reason, R12 are back. And they're super like, we love you guys. We're just testing you for secret reasons. And we're like, why? And they're like, you'll never know. And so they're playing with us, and we are doing this thing. And this guy, Derek, is our guide. And Derek is 100% Ashan, who is like the Wanderer. And even though he won't admit to it, he totally is. And yeah, it's super interesting. I don't know what that means. And so I came back here, and I was hanging out with Viera. And basically we are trying to figure out what's going on with everyone and how we can best help in the aftermath of the end of the world. Even though I guess it didn't end.
The riches the Radiant host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. Made aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul.
You got eaten.
Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly.
Lil JC, I guarantee, is in this room. Like, does anyone else think it's creepy that his doll is like right here? Just like standing there? What's that like? How's that work? Can he see 4 eyes? What happened? What's going on right now?
Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Garlemald. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. commerce must flow once more.
I know a guy. We shouldn't get in with him, but I know a guy.
None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware.
Although I also know a girl. I bet Tataru would be like, commerce, eh?
But an absence was created by the loss of Kalazar's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
That would be so funny if the door kicked open. Did someone say money?
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Whoa! Taxes. Levy them on trade profits in exchange for investment. It takes a village. Idleshire's orphanage was funded through trade in highly coveted goods. The Firman's orphanage was built as part of a communal restoration effort. I think a communal restoration effort is like a great thing. Although some of the people don't want to be part of a community. That one town was like, we don't want to, we're fine out in the jungle. We don't need your help. Highly coveted goods, but we would need trade. This orphanage was funded. Highly coveted goods. I think we'll do that. The highly coveted goods. I did 4. You had 4 choices? Damn. Oh, it takes a village. Oh. I thought this was part of this one. I didn't even realize that. I thought this was part of this one. Oh, okay. Highly coveted goods. I want to say that. Communal restoration effort. I mean, I guess that's fine, but I feel like this seems to be like the one that this country can do. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they specialize in. They've got the silks, they got the color fabrics, and like, this is, you know.
Of course, we can draw on trading profits to build a new institution.
Oh.
Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
The Lil JC tax. Oh, don't put this on me. Why not on one of your most successful merchants? Something with calls all seems appropriate. Yeah, that's fine.
A fitting candidate. Kalazar should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavnair, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
Yeah, sure, yes. Agreed.
This bodes well for that boy. Myriad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation.
Oh, poor boy still got his messed up scales. Someone get that man a band-aid.
Thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
Look at us putting the world right.
Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Smiling Estinian will never not be funny to me. Hey, all right, let's talk about, Popoto pancakes. Giant Popoto pancakes. Direct hit. Oh my god, that's the one. Hey! Beep, 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 beep. I can't believe there's still more. We did the dungeons. There's still more. It's crazy to me. Viera is warming up to his role as satrap. Clearly, all those years behind the curtain were not spent napping. Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. For those lives he enriched, will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asks that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood, thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. I mean, they have to get us to the point where we can at least understand, Golbez? I can't believe this is where we're at. I can't believe this is where this story is right now. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been well-oiled cogs of administration since long before Ahwen assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. And I'm curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish. Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency even. Excellently. Your Excellency. Your Excellency. I haven't tried the new PvP yet. I've done the new dungeon, the new raid, and I've done the story quest so far. I got a long way to go. I got a lot to do. Stola.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the void gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Viera's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Man is getting to the point.
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them.
The voice actor for Y'shtola definitely had a cold during this. For sure. For sure.
Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
Yes, picturing. And I flew through space.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his
Oh,
world.
that's right. We found this. Oh, yeah. Then I flew
The
through
magic
space and
tore a
time.
hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many voidsent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical.
Are we
For
gonna...
example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
Look at them doing the thing where they talk about the things! This is like some old school A Realm Reborn, like, side quest lore. Wow! This is great! Like, remember those weird cults? Yeah, those things. This is even the music! Look at this!
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact.
Man, it's times like this that I'm like, look at all this lore that paid off. Look at me.
Our
Johnny
more
Lorman.
powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
So are we going to learn that the Reaper version of Xenos dragged Golbez's soul over, and that's who was like
And just
the
as our
dude
bodies
attached to
remained in
him?
our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
Is that what we're gonna find out? Right, and then they put them in the statues. Gotcha.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No, the danger is too great.
Let her do it! How dare you!
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
I'm ready.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Those are my favorite kind of horrors.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Yo! So much for taking it easy. Hell no, count me in. Let's go. You gotta punch your fist when you're ready to go.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
She very quickly forgot that I threw her under the bus earlier. She was ready to kill me earlier, and now she's like, hey, thanks for helping me do something crazy. I got you, girl. Already forgiven.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Look at her.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
Yeah, throw wide the gates.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
I don't know if we can promise that.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
Cold gone. Clearly recorded on a different day.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
Pardon?
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Back to Charlian. Graha's favorite place to sneak around? Throw him under the bus too. Everyone gets under the bus.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlian.
I'll punch those books.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves.
Damn.
Myself being of little use.
Damn.
Go on ahead. Still need to find Myriad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
No, but I think I may, bro. I think, if anything, I'm going to need help with that. But, like, all right. Estinian was like, have fun, nerds. That's my buddy.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Come on, it'll be fun. Let's go beat up some Void Lords. And meanwhile, in the Void... Nope. Damn. Never mind. I bet this is the one area in the library where there was another group of people. And I was like, huh, I wonder what's there. Oh, nope. First we're over here. Stole. If we are to enter Numenon's restricted archives with the minimum fuss, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? I know a teacher. No one springs to mind. No, I know a teacher! What of Skolak Montchamp? He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. That's what I was thinking. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he is willing to help us once. Do we get to hear his awesome voice actor? Yo! Is it time to hang out with Stola? Is there gonna be some fun things to see along the way? Can I, like, run with her to, like, I don't know, spots? Check the map. Looks like there's one spot. Pretty much it, huh? I could just never just no, I'd have to, she would leave if I went to another city, right? I couldn't just, like, go hang out at the FC house with Y'shtola. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had the chance to attend the studio. Neither did Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louisoix took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Yeah. Tea? Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was about as far from the bright, airy halls of academia as one could get, but it was wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. And how long ago was that childhood? Exactly how many years ago was that childhood, give or take? For no reason, but, like, if you had to say how old you were, like, just, how old would you say you actually are? 23? 23 is the number, right? I forgot. 23, forever. Yeah, she's forever 23. Right. And so, wait, and so her younger sister who is older than 23. So, like, how does that work? Her younger, older sister. Time was weird on the first. Is that how it works? As we all know from the book, as we all know from the library book, age is just a number you give yourself. And I'm going to use that book. I'm going to use that book for the rest of my life. I'm still 23 as far as I'm concerned. I'm the Y'shtola of YouTube. I'm still 23. Thank you very much. Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Skolak, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh, no further forays into the stacks this time, eh? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Oh shit, the void. Badass, yeah, you would definitely go in there. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, The research left behind by House Thavnair is lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void? Hell yes, we do! To what end, pray tell? To punch a few void sent in the face! To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. That man just got distant friend zoned! Oh, bro. Runar! There's still hope, Runar! I believe for you, bro! Runar, I believe for you! Runar! Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future, and yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worth the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Marvelous! Audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. I say that because I hear the music in the background and I figured someone should mention it. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I for one do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request for the form's consideration. Thanks, bro. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fortuno, of course! He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there's no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we'll pay a visit to the Levelor estate and plead our case. One last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager, so if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Skolak. We will be sure to pass on any revelations. Now to get my cool pen magic trick. This man has the best magic trick in the game. He's like, and scroll, and pen, and scroll and pen. By the way, there are two types of Final Fantasy players. There are two types of Final Fantasy players in the world. Is there secrets to talk to? I don't see any talky places. Oh, I can use teleports? Well, that makes this easier. To the levelers! I get to do the voice of the guy. Ah, Mistress Little! Wait, Master Little! Mistress Yistola! How may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Foshino. Is he home by any chance? Ah, yes! The Master's in residence. Shall I inform him he has guests? Oh! Well, well. Ambulance would invite you inside for tea. But I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. There we were, thinking of breaking in to the void. We hear that there's a character named Lightning in there, and I must defeat her once and for all. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following proper protocols this time around. Scarlark Montran expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you we'll not attempt to circumvent the Forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. Damn, she knew how to play this man. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but I feel a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Damn, played him like a fiddle. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Damn. Do not celebrate just yet. The Forum must still be convinced even. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. Oh, is this where we wait? For the next patch? So this, I'm still waiting for the thing where it's like, a next patch. They be just still going on. How is it possible this thing's still going? It's crazy. There's so much to do in this patch. It's out of control. So, what did the Forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoy has burned some bridges here in Sharlayan, salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That pan. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. It is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor and bid you a good day. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising? Aye, but that very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. How is he still going? That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be finding House Damer's research notes, of course. But the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Are they going to let me go in there? Very excited. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume? You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access. Oh, this is one of the missing cutscenes. There's a cutscene where it's myself and one of the pages in Y'shtola from the trailer, and I haven't seen it yet, so this is that. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all... we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Yes, I watched the trailer for 6.1 enough times to know that there are certain scenes that I haven't seen yet. Hey, let's go. Any other secret fun time cool kid adventures? Nope, just one outside, huh? Okay. Follow me, Y'shtola. Hello! Welcome to me streaming the stream. Sucks. Welcome to me streaming the stream. What's up there? Hold on, I have to check in with Puddingway. Puddingway, how we doing? I guess my pudding wasn't needed to stop the final days after all. But I'll persevere. Once people taste it, they'll be even happier than they were before the apocalypse started. I just know it. I love you, Puddingway. You're a G. Rip Puddingway. To think the set of instructions I laughingly imagine may actually exist, but yums away from where you found me napping. If I had known of Ozadal III's exploits sooner, I could have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs to be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. I guess that's it. What else are they talking about? Come along, little. Okay, shit. All right, girl. Hello? Archon, Y'shtola, and guest, I'm gonna fight. That's how he talks. That's how he talks. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted games? That voice sucks. Follow me if you want. Lend your step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. What about clothed flames? Although naked flames, Y'shtola. This is the scene. Also, books. 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 Books.
If House Damir's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Hell yes. How you doing? So many books I've yet to read. Yes, yes. We have one specific volume. You needn't remind me. I'll start down at the ground floor. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger, but trembling like a candle's flame, threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even proper word. Such distinctions seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transcendent being. That dude got by a succubus. that man got succubused. Lord knows I've seen my share of succubi. Leather-bound log, weighty tome. Is that it? There's only the 3. What about the weighty tome? In the year 1564, the 6th Astral Era, the Amalja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe the being as gigantic, lizard-like being with a potent command of fire aspected magics. If we consider that primal summoning is an act of fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected, that the resultant deiform entity should manifest the appearance and powers which is attributed by its worshippers. What then might emerge from the ether should one who believes in an almighty omniscience attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grace us with his presence? Some other embodiment of divine sagacity? Could this man-made god truly be all-knowing? And if it were, whence would such knowledge arise? I myself have many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the days of old, could I instead summon a being possessed with encyclopedic wisdom of every age? Yet with no means to verify its pronouncements, how could one be certain they were true? I guess that's it, huh? Omniscience! The following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning apertures as devised by Nuhashan, the 9th Patriarch of House Thavnair. Hey, perfect. We present these research notes to the facility of Charlian Studium as both a token of our friendship and expression of our boundless admiration. Hey. Jump. Have something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed in its contents, by its contents. Well done, little. I think you may have found our prize. Oh, we're actually doing the real song now.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Thavnair's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
A little worried about this. Atmos?
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings reveal that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years now.
We literally fought them in the Crystal Tower. Like, this is also major lore for, like, other Final Fantasy things. This checks out. This totally checks out as, like, an obvious solution. Yeah.
Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea.
Yep.
Surely you've at least heard the tales.
I need to make a note. If I was working on a video, I need to make a note to include this very specific thing in the video. Include the portion about not Atomos auto-corrected to stomps. That's not good. Include this portion about stomps. I'd be like, what?
And still, House Thavnair went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
Nice.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted
Let's
to
go.
stay longer.
Let's go.
See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Boop beep. As much as I would love to start crafting the Atomos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Harnish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Thavnair project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled, security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, it ought to can. I say we return to Thavnair and look for her at the great work.